Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to come and play with new makeup again. I have purchased a few things and then I had a large points haul that I made from Ulta and purchased for free quite a few other things. So most of everything we're going to be playing with today is new. So if you want to see this look that I created with the Charlotte Tilbury Starry Eyes to Hypnotize and see all the products that I used on my face, then just keep on watching. Okay, hair is pulled back. We are ready to go. Looking at my table here, I have, I think, everything new except primer, powder, and highlighter. I feel like this definitely warrants the new makeup video. In fact, two of these things I have not tried at all. I just got yesterday. Let's go ahead and dig in. This face needs some livening up. We are going to start with complexion first. The primer I'm going to use, primer I say in quotation marks because it's not marketed as a primer. It is a Superstar Youth Glow filter, and this is the Hollywood Flawless filter. Definitely not a new product, but I have had a lot of y'all ask me how I use it, and I will tell you that on like no makeup days where I really just don't have any inclination to do all the steps that I like to do for a full face, I will actually put this all the way under my eyes, and it serves as a really nice, like almost corrector. It has just the tiniest bit of coverage in it. So a lot of times I like to do that. Now as a primer, I will take it, and I'm in the color number 3. I can also use 4. But as a primer, I like to take it and just put it only where I put a highlighter per se. So, you know, up here, pretty well on my cheekbones, the bridge of my nose, my Cupid's bow, little bit on my chin, and a little bit here. I do not put it all over because I feel like if I get it in this area, it really just brings out pores that I don't even typically have. So I like to just blend that out with a sponge. You can also use your fingers or a brush, however you choose. But it just, I mean, can you see, it just puts that really pretty filtered look all over your face. I really do like this product. I don't talk about it enough because I don't use it under everything. If I'm going to be wearing like a more full coverage or a more matte foundation, I definitely reach for it. Or if I am not going to be wearing much. Like I like this, and I would put a little bit more under my eyes for a little bit of coverage, stick some mascara and lip gloss on, and be good to go. But if I'm doing that, again, I don't put it in this area. I just think it's too much. Now, corrector. New and improved. I don't know, improved. I can't say that because I've never tried it. This is the new Charlotte Tilbury. What is it called? I don't know because it's not on the package. Her new corrector. This is in the color number 2 medium. I've already stuck my hand in it to swatch it. But other than that, I have not used it. Now, when I first got it out of the package, I was like, wow, this is so small and so much less product compared to my Jane Iredale. And it's really not. My Jane Iredale is 2.8 grams. This is 2.5 grams. It's just the packaging that's different. So we're going to go in just like I do with every other thing. I'm taking my Delium Tool 788 and I'm going to place it in the product. It's got the cutest little tiniest mirror. It didn't feel like it got much on the brush, but I see some coming off, so. And I just tap it right here. This is the only place I put corrector. I think sometimes I watch people and I'm like, holy cow, you are putting corrector all over your face. Like, we don't need it all over our face, and everybody doesn't necessarily need it under their eyes. That mirror is way too small. It's tripping me out. I, however, need it under my eyes, so we're gonna see how this works. Okay. Right off the bat, I feel like I get better color correction with my Jane Iredale. I feel like the color, let me show you the color difference. So this is the color of my Jane Iredale, and then this is the color of the Charlotte Tilbury. So the Charlotte Tilbury is a little bit darker and a little bit peachier, which you would think would actually color correct better, but I don't know. I just feel like upon first look, the Jane Iredale does a little bit better. And I will say, because I've talked about the Jane Iredale a lot. In fact, I talked about this in my last video about how I will put that on sometimes when I'm not wearing makeup just to cover up my under eyes, and I don't feel like it's so peach that I'm uncomfortable leaving it on by itself. This one is a little bit peachy for me. Like, I don't think I would feel comfortable just using this. We'll see how it works under the concealer though. So for foundation, I'm going to use the Airbrush Flawless Foundation. This is from Charlotte Tilbury as well. I don't know if I'm going to do a separate review on this, but I do know some of y'all have been asking my thoughts on it, so I wanted to include it in a video for sure where I could tell you. And I will say that I watched a video from Erin Nicole, and she said that the only way she loves this is on top of this. So in all transparency, that's the only way I have used this foundation. Using it that way, I do actually really like it. Now, this is in the color 6. I thought I got 6 in. It's 6 warm. This is what it looks like when it first comes out. However, it does oxidize. I mean, she even says that in the directions, like to give it 5 or 10 minutes to set down to its actual color. This is 1 pump. I do not need more than 1 pump. This is super concentrated. It's very full coverage. I just like to dot a little bit. I mean, this is not like rocket science. It's what I do every other time. I am actually going to use a sponge because I do feel like this is really full coverage and it blends out nicely with a sponge. Typically, I'm a brush girl, but I have been enjoying this with a sponge. But do you see how easily that just completely blended out so nicely? I do find that the color works well on me. I could get away with probably like a 5 warm or even a 5 neutral. The swatches of her neutrals do not look neutral. I don't know. Does she even have cool? I don't even know if she has a cool as an option. But this one works for me, so I'm not complaining about the color personally. Because it does oxidize, I do feel like you need to really make sure you blend it in as well as possible so you don't have any noticeable streaks. What is this on my neck? I don't know what that is. It really is. I mean, it wears all day. It's not super matte, but it's also not super dewy. So the combination of this and the Flawless Filter is really, really pretty. I don't know how I feel about the corrector. What a bummer. It's creasing. I've heard such good things about this. And if there is a YouTuber out there, I don't know what this is on my neck. Oh, look, it's a squirrel. I'm having so many of those moments lately. If there's a YouTuber out there that can be the complete antithesis of every other YouTuber out there, it's me. Like everything that I love, not everything, but there's so many things that I love that I don't hear anybody else ever talk about. And then everything that everybody else loves doesn't tend to work on me. It's the story of my life. But that's okay. I'm going to be real with y'all, and I'm not going to tell you this works if it doesn't. So let's put the concealer that I have on top of it. I have used this before. I have not talked about it. It's the Estee Lauder Double Wear Radiant Concealer. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, like, I don't feel like this provides much coverage at all. And I'm not against concealers that don't provide a lot of coverage. I've talked about that before. But there's something about this, and maybe it's just the color, but that almost makes my under eyes look ashy. I don't know. It just makes me look kind of gray underneath my eyes. The color selection is not the best. This is in 1N. I originally got 3N because typically I like medium colors because I don't like to be super bright under my eyes, which this is. And it was so dark. I mean, it probably could have worked as like a contour on me. And then everybody was saying how the 1N was too dark for super pale skin. So I was like, well, let me try that because I didn't want to return another one if I got 2N. And then this one's just a little light as well. But I'm just going to tap that under my eye like normal. Again, I just haven't decided if it's the color. I just don't like to be bright under my eyes. I don't know why. It's a personal preference. I know everybody's like, oh, but you need to go a shade lighter to brighten up the center of your face. And it's just not my thing. I don't know why. I just don't feel like I look good with it. I feel like you look at my face and it's like, oh, she's got some white under her eyes. I just feel like it gives me like the reverse raccoon eye effect. And that may be totally in my head, but it's there anyways, so I don't love it. So I'm taking the remainder down the center of my face to try to balance everything out. So we'll see. We're going to let that sink in. as we do our eyes. I'm going to take the other side that we had the foundation on and kind of try to blend those two together. So for eyes, I got the brand new Starry Eyes to Hypnotize by Charlotte Tilbury. They had this on like a 24-hour pre-sale. I don't know if it's fully available yet. I will link it down below if it is. Let me get the other one. So this is the Stars in Your Eyes palette from, I don't even know if this was last holidays or if she brought it out. Yeah, this was last holiday. So this is the last year's, and then this is this year's. So I don't know. I know they're kind of far away. I can't get them both in frame. The Love Glow section right here is very similar to some colors in this palette, but I don't think that they are exactly alike. That's okay if they are though, because I love this palette and I love the colors in it. But I like this one a lot because the Happy Glow has more of your like golds and neutral browns. Then you've got the Dream Glow, which has a really pretty like khaki green, but then also like a more yellow gold. And then you have this kind of, what's it called? Seduce Glow, where you have a really solid black. And then these two colors right here are kind of like toppers, so they're not as pigmented as the other ones. And I'm not trying to get like crazy, but I do want to try, I wonder if you could guess. Look at this palette. Which one do you think for anybody that knows me, I'm drawn to the most? That one right there, because it's that pinkyish magenta. It's my color. So I'm going to take the BK Beauty 203 and I'm actually going to put this all over my lid and see how these perform. Hopefully good, since I'm putting this all over my lid. It is giving a good amount of pigment. A little bit patchy at first, but nothing that's not blending out. I love that color. Oh my goodness. What is it about this color that just makes me so happy? I honestly could not tell you. But I feel, you know, we all have those like, those looks where we feel our prettiest. I feel my prettiest in this type of color. And I have a little fold on the corner of my eye. It always gets stuck in there and looks different, but that's okay. My eyes are just, as I get older, they're just both so different. And it takes a lot of playing to get them to look somewhat similar. Yes, please. Love, love, love. Now I'm going to take the BK 202 and I'm going to go into this really neutral, like crease color right here in the Happy Glow. And I'm just going to, oh wow, it's darker than I thought. Okay. This is definitely not lacking in pigment, but I just wanted to blend that color and give a little bit of color to the brow bone. I can see people getting a lot of use out of this palette, honestly. It is very pigmented though. Now I'm going to take this really pretty kind of pinky shimmery color in the Love Glow trio and just pat that on top of that matte color. I think if you're a beginner, this is also a great palette because you don't really have to question like which colors go well with each other since they are in these little trios. But I also think that a lot of these colors can be interchanged within or outside of their own trios to form really pretty looks as well. I like that look. But it has that color, so of course I like it. I think that everything performed really well. Again, pigmented, easy to blend. Happy with that look. So that is the Starry Eyes to Hypnotize. Now let's go back to the face. I'm going to set my under eyes and then we'll set the face. Now I do have to say that even though I'm not the biggest fan of the color of this foundation or concealer, it does wear well. It doesn't crease on me. It doesn't look bad throughout the day, and it does have that faint radiant touch to it. But be aware of that if you don't like any kind of luminosity under your eyes. You can obviously manipulate that with powder, like whatever you choose to set it. But the more matte the powder is that you use, the worse your under eyes are going to look anyways. So just something to keep in mind. Now this is not new, but I figured I'd keep it in the family and use the Charlotte's Genius Magic Powder to set my face. I have one of the old ones that doesn't have the best smell to it. Or I guess, I don't want to say old. Original. From what I've heard, she has since changed the formulation to take that smell out. It doesn't bother me. Typically, scents do not bother me. And I'm just lightly setting it because, again, I feel like that foundation really stays put. Like, it's not super tacky. It lasts throughout the day. The bronzer we're going to be using, this is the Kiko Milano. Now, I have not tried anything from Kiko in years. Like, it's been a long time. This is the Ocean Feel Bronzer in Natural Sienna. So they have two colors. I picked the darker color because typically I do like a darker bronzer. And when I opened it up, I didn't feel like it was that dark. I said, oh, it's probably going to work. First of all, it's massive. I mean, it's like half the size of my head. It's got 20 grams of product in here, which is a lot. But it is a little dark. It's not dark enough for me not to probably be able to use it like in the dead of summer. And I'm still going to use it now because I like to be very bronzed. But just keep that in mind. I do think that this one, at least from swatches I've seen, is a little bit more cooler in tone than the number one. I feel like that's more warm and a little bit orangey. So that's another reason I wanted this, because I mean, I have enough orangey warm bronzers to last me. I have enough makeup to last me 15 lifetimes, let's be real. I just wanted this color. So I'm going to use the BK 103 brush because this I feel like is good to use for more pigmented bronzers because it is so light and fluffy. So I'm going to pick a little bit of that up and I'm just going to lightly dust it on the face. It does smell. I feel like it smells more on the brush than it does in the pan, which is odd. I did use this the first time with my Osmosis large accent brush, the like duo fiber one. Holy cow, I was bronzed. Like, bronzed. This one works much better with it. Yeah, I like that brush a lot more with it. I mean, I like this bronzer. I don't have anything negative to say about it. It's huge. And I think it was like it was under $30. I feel like it was either 28 or 22. I can't remember, but I got it for free because I spent like $300 worth of Ulta points, and that was one of the things that I got along with that Estee Lauder concealer. Okay, not a new highlighter. I always forget my highlighter brush, but I don't know if I've used this color on camera. This is the Bare Minerals Endless Glow Highlighter. This is in the color Joy, which is like, whoa, that's more like a blush, not a highlighter. And it definitely does look like that, but when you apply it and then like blend it in, it really just works. And truly highlighters, you know, there's champagne highlighters, there's pink highlighters, there's gold highlighters, there's peach highlighters. My favorite highlighters have that peach undertone. And then champagne, then pink, and then gold, which is crazy. You wouldn't think gold would be my least favorite, but if I had to pick, that would be the order. Just a really pretty highlight. Okay, blush. I got this palette from Fit Glow Beauty. You've probably heard me talk about their mascara before because I love it. And they are more of a clean, organic beauty brand. And this is the Sunny Days Cheek Trio palette. So it looks like this. It does have a mirror, and then it has 3 cheek colors. I used this yesterday for the first time. I did use this as a bronzer. It's a very peachy bronzer, but it actually worked because this is matte. These two have more of a sheen to them. They're very soft, very pigmented. Hopefully you'll be able to see. So peach blush, pink blush, and then that's the matte color that you could use as a blush, but that I use as a bronzer. So I used the peach yesterday, and I think the pink is gonna look best with this eye look. So let's try that. BK 104 brush. It definitely has a sheen to it, but I actually like it. So this is just pretty, especially if you are more into that like clean organic beauty and you want something that you can travel with that's got everything, because I have seen these used as eyeshadows as well. In fact, I do plan on using that color as an eyeshadow quite a bit because it is that perfect like crease color for me. Buffing time. Hourglass Radiant Light. Who got the Ghost palette? Because I know it came out 2 days ago. I got it. I really went back and forth on it because I'm like, did I? Okay. No, I did not ask myself if I needed it. I don't need to ask myself if I need it. I did not need it. But I was like, do I get it and actually use it? Because there's a couple of those palettes that I have gotten in the past that I haven't used as much. But then there's a couple that I have. Really, I got it because it's more of like a collector's thing for me. So yes, I got it. I did not get the blush quad because I just didn't see myself reaching for that much. But I did get the trio of the scattered lights. So let me know if y'all got those. I saw Abby use the trio. In fact, I texted her and I was like, do I need this? Because I knew she had it and she sent me the swatches. And I'm like, yeah, I don't need it, but I want it. Okay, so let's go back to the under eyes real quick. Super simple. Y'all can guess what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this same color that we put all over the lid on my Wayne Goss number 20 and smoke that out. I am going to do something a little different today that I have not done in a very long time, which is line my waterline. I used to do that this color. Squirrel moment again. Holy cow, forgive me please. This color is gorgeous. I just had to say that one more time. I have not put a eyeliner in my waterline in forever, so I'm going to use the NARS Mambo liner. And I don't know why I'm choosing to do this. It's always been a little much for me, at least lately, and that's why I haven't done it, but I don't know. What's it going to hurt? And I love that color. Oh, I'm smoky. All right, I'm going to do my lashes off camera, and I'll be right back. Okay, lashes are on. Let's go on to lipstick. I have gotten a couple of new lipsticks, one of which I don't think I'm going to use, but I want to talk about. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Diamonds lipstick. This is a little misleading. I'm going to swatch it for you. When you look at the promo pictures, that's it right there, it looks different than this. It's pretty. It's a pretty topper, or if you like your natural lip color, it's pretty on its own. But if you don't like having straight up glitter on your lips, you're not going to like this. So I just wanted to touch on that real quick. But I am going to use, this is from Lipstick Queen, and it's called Truth or Bear. I am still in the search for the perfect dupe for Bite Beauty Retsina. Still. So if anybody knows, please let me know. This is not it, but I do like it. This was part of my free points haul from Ulta. It's very creamy. I do really like that. And I feel like for a bullet lipstick, it lasts a good amount of time. But y'all know, I have to do a gloss. And y'all know it's going to be Bare Shimmer from Beauty Counter. It's my favorite. All right, I've been doing smoky looks, haven't I? I need to go back to some more natural ones. But I like how this one turned out. It was fun playing with new makeup. If y'all have any questions about any of these products, or if you have any opinions about any of these products, let me know. Overall, I love everything. I will say, so far, I'm not liking that corrector. It is making my concealer sit funky under my eyes. Of course, the concealer is also not my very favorite, so that could be it too. I will continue playing with the corrector, and I will let y'all know in my September faves and fails, because I have quite a few fails this month, unfortunately. Hopefully that will not make it into it, but upon first impression, it's not my Jane Iredale. But other than that, I really like everything else I played with, so hopefully you enjoyed this video. Be sure and like and subscribe before you leave so you don't miss out on any future videos. And I hope y'all all go out and have a very blessed day.